Hello, my name is Jeremy Fox. This is my week 1 video review for Java 2. First thing, what did you do for your project? I am continuing on from our Java 1 project. The application that I made then for last month is called My Notes. It's actually in the Play Store as well if you want to go check that out. I released it at the end of last month because it turned out very well. And I hope by the end of this month it'll be twice as cool. So because we can now do XML layouts and additional activities and stuff rather than just one activity and no XML layouts. So that's what I'm doing. I'm continuing on that. What does the lessons from the week affect your outlook, or how does the lessons from the week affect your outlook on Java? Doesn't really affect it at all. I think Java is awesome. I think it's great. Slightly more of an iOS Objective-C guy myself currently. Maybe when we get done with these Android Java blocks, that might sway me a little bit, but I think it's awesome. What would you have done differently if you could? I can't say that I would have done anything differently, really. This was a great week. It went pretty smoothly. I had fun doing it. List a few things that could use more clarification. Currently, I have none. I would like to just jump in and show you what I have so far. So this is my notes after week 1 of Java 2. Multiple activities, explicit and implicit intents, passing data back and forth, start activity for result, all kinds of stuff going on now. So when you first come into the app, this is what you see. It tells you to tap the pencil to create a new note. When you tap the pencil, what's going on behind the scenes is we're starting activity for result. And the result will be passed back as 2 strings. It will be a title and a details text. And if it receives those and everything's cool, it'll send it to the API and save it. If not, it probably was just canceled, like I just did right there. And what it's going to do is just check and make sure that there was no updates, and if there was none, it just takes me back to where I was, and it doesn't refresh the UI or anything because there was nothing new. So I'm going to go ahead and actually create a note this time. So there's my title and my details. I save it, and it's going to now send it to the API and then update my UI and show my new note. There it is. So as you can see, it's got a custom UI for each one. It's in a grid view. Each item looks as if it's kind of like a post-it note, if you will, with a little shadow going on there. So that's part of the custom UI I've been working on. I think it looks pretty cool. And then if we create a few more notes, another thing you'll notice is not all the notes are turned the same way, so it kind of gives it more of a realistic look and feel. Let it send this note to the API, and then refresh my grid view. So those 2 are turned the same way so far, but once we get in here and we add another one, you'll see that this one will not be turned the same way. There you go. So there's a perfect example. They're not all turned the same way. It kind of gives it more of a realistic look and feel. This is obviously a grid view, which is a scrollable view. So as we add more than what will fit on one screen, you can scroll them. And then let's say we jump into a note here. You tap on it. You get the note details view, which is pretty bare bones right now, but I didn't feel like it needed a whole lot. I might play with it a little bit more. But really the whole point of this is just to be as simple as possible, and just showing the user what they wrote as a title and details was as simple as I could get. Now I do have a new implicit activity on the note details activity, which is this share button. So when you press this, it launches that implicit activity to share it. And on the emulator, it's only going to give me this text message option. On an actual device like my Galaxy Nexus, I get like 20 options with like Twitter and Facebook and Pinterest and all these other things. So we can then also delete the note from right here, or edit it, and this will show a very simple dialog right on top of this activity to allow me to edit the title and the details, and then if I hit save, it'll update it and refresh. But I'm going to just go back, and the last thing I want to show is when you press and hold, you go into like the edit selection mode. Tells you how many you have selected on the top and puts a little check mark on them. And then you can either edit them. So if you select multiple, you can edit them all, or you can delete them. So let me check this guy, and we'll just delete all my notes here. And they're gone. So that's it. That's my notes so far. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching.